Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. I am Jason, your host. I just basically woke up. Oh, hi everybody. You are all awesome and wonderful and special, and we're going to cook some stuff and just chat. Munchies, 3rd-year anniversary last night was amazing. The amount of talent. I actually stayed up way too long. I stayed in VR and then I went and sat on my computer and watched it on Twitch. You can go there and watch the actual replay of it. Well worth it. Some of the artists there are so freaking amazing. Hi, Hatchman. And so I sat and watched it for way too long and fell asleep while watching it, which didn't engender me to a good night's sleep. Oh, just remember tone. So yeah. I'm going to have a nice easy day today. Nice easy day because crazy. Okay, so let's get the food ready. Beryl seems to really like the hash browns that I can't eat. 2 cup pounds Beryl 30 to get some bouquets. They're cooking in that. What I'm going to have today is potatoes, carrots, and tuna. Just tuna's easy. It's just open the can and it's done. Open the can and it's done. This is what we're. Jason doesn't want to be doing anything strenuous today. So, cans of tuna go brr. Cans of tuna go brr. Oh, 1 can of tuna. Doggies can have some tuna as well, so 2 cans of tuna. 2 cans of tuna. 2 cans of tuna. Oh, Mexican tacos. Oh, now I know that I could not have those. Those would be really bad for me, but I want them. I want them even though I know they would be so bad for my stomach. Okay, so let's prepare the food. Let's start the food. The food has to be done in the way of it being done. Oops. Let's get the foodie on and then we can feed the doggies. Doggies deserve the food. The foodie things the doggies have to happen. So, happy day. Yeah, Munchies last night was amazing. Amazing. I'm going to cook up less potatoes today. Less potatoes. I think that's enough. 1 layer of potatoes. So, delicious. So, potatoes are going on. Potatoes, carrots, and chili. Nice and simple. But the amount of talented people. Carl Sagan, I think Carl Sagan was amazing as well. He puts himself down and thinks, he's so talented, Carl Sagan is. I think it was great. Of course, he had the draw of Guitar Blues, who is an amazing guitar, and like it's like. And then you have the surprises. You had the surprises because Snarf was up against this new person, and this new person was absolutely stunning. I mean, seriously. So he won that round. North didn't win on that, but damn. Amazing the talent we have in this. So, the carrots and the potatoes are done. The things what people don't, when you're creating an open mic, and what makes the open mic at Munchies special, and there's a few others like that, it's not just open mic, but what makes them special? Yeah. Potatoes are my favourite, and because they're the only one of the only things I can eat. I can't eat pasta. I can't eat chips. I can't have potatoes and chips. It has to be mashed potatoes. I can't have most types of rice. There's so many different foods that I can't eat. No, I can't have sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes don't work for me, unfortunately. Sweet potatoes are harder for my body to digest. And it's all down to that. Any foods that my body has problems digested, so like I have to make sure. And potatoes, I can't really have boiled potatoes. I can't have steamed potatoes. They've got to be cooked really well. Right, so time to get the doggies' food going. We're going to do. The doggies are going to have some pilchards. No, some sardines. Sardines. We're going to have some sardines. A little tin of sardine on top of their normal food. That's going to be the treat for this morning. I'm cooking up some hash browns later for them to have later. So, Bertie and Beryl get there. We have the normal dry food. A little bit of normal dog wet food and then something on top of it. We will talk about that. So, this away in here for later. And do the sardines. Beryl's okay this morning. We'll have to see if she's got any appetite. Whether she has food. Beryl! Beryl! Come on, Beryl! Oh. If she doesn't eat it, I'll pick it up for her later. Pick it up later. Right. With the sheets there. Hello there. Right, so Beryl is. She does like sardines, so she might actually eat that. Yeah, she's going to eat that. Yeah, so. But yeah, I'm very limited in the foods that I can eat, unfortunately. So potatoes, the reason one, it's first of all, Most autistic people like to eat the same thing every day. It's just the way we are. It's like everything else in an autistic person's life. We'd like it to be stable and normal and thingy, so we don't change much. So we will eat the same meal every day for 6 months. That's just the way it is with a lot of autistic people. Ooh, donuts. Yay. And I can't have donuts. And on top of that, because of my bowel cancer and issues with my gastric system, I can't eat a lot of food that I used to be able to. A lot of food. Anything that the body takes time to digest, any kind of pastries, anything that stays in the stomach for longer. Food that goes straight through the stomach is good. But anything like can't have most red meats. Can't have. You're gonna continue eating them. I can't have cakes. I can't have ice cream because I can have a certain type of ice cream, but most ice creams I can't for some reason. I can't have dairy. Can't have eggs. Eggs wreck me. I can't have milk. I have to have oat milk, and if I want, and these days, it's safer for me to have what's called vegan mayonnaise because I can't have butter in that. So when I do my mashed potato, instead of butter, I use mayonnaise as a substitute to help make it creamy. But I'm better off with the vegan version of mayonnaise. Unfortunately, I can't eat soya. So all the fake meats and Satan, I think it's called Satan, the stuff that fake meats and all that are made out of for vegans, I can't eat. And I can't eat chickpeas or kidney beans. I can't eat those. There is an awful lot. I can have, when it comes to vegetables, I can have carrots and I can have garden peas. No, I can't eat spicy. Then I cannot have spicy at all. No. I can't even have salt and pepper on my meals. So garden peas I can have, carrots I can have now. But when it comes to spices, I can't eat, what can't I eat? Can't eat onions, can't eat garlic, 99% of spices. The 2 spices I can still eat if I wanted to use them. I can still eat paprika and cayenne pepper, so I can use those 2, but I have to be very sparing in how I use them. Because if bad things happen, really bad things happen. And there's one type of pizza we found that I can eat. Well, any takeout money I've got for I'm going to do a video later. So Bertie's going to eat the last little bit of Beryl's food because she's had quite a bit. You're a good girl, Beryl, aren't you? You did eat, though. You've had at least some food. So we just do what we can. And of course, it's Munchies International tonight. So the question, how do I, someone who can't lie, who can't deceive people, how do I keep secrets? Because there is certain things that people have told me that I don't tell to anybody else. And the way it works is very simple. I compartmentalise in my brain. If someone tells me something that they don't want anybody else to know, then I can shut it away in a little room in my head. And the only way that would come out if someone knew about that specific subject and asked on the stream or something like that. So this is why I say to people when they're on my stream, think before you ask something, because if it's something I can't answer, then I'll have to shut down the stream. Because if you ask me about something, then I will answer it. I don't have a choice on that. So the good thing is, a lot of the stuff that people ask me to keep secret, it's not things that anybody would ever know about anybody, and so nobody ever triggers it by asking me. So that's how I manage to keep certain things that I can't say to other people. It's very hard for a person who can't lie and whose brain doesn't understand deception and that to deal with life. This is why I always say to people, don't ask me a question you don't want the answer to. So today's going to be an interesting day because I'm going to try and get my Fallout 4 to the point I really like it. I'm tweaking it and messing with things. So you might see me, I might not stream much until late in the afternoon because I'll be messing with Fallout 4. And you might see me logged into Fallout 4, but that's just me testing a few things. I'm not actually playing it. I'm actually trying to get it to work. Because I've got an ultra-wide monitor and because I've got an ultra-wide monitor and a 2K monitor upstairs connected to the same system, sometimes games can be kind of difficult to play on the primary monitor. They switch to the other monitor. And it's one of these things that trying to fix it. And of course, when it comes to any kind of Fallout game, most of your time is spent trying to get everything to be stable. Yeah, so even though we all have our favourite Fallout games, and I don't like Fallout 4 if it's vanilla. Let's put that straight. Yeah. Everybody's got their own version of Fallout that they prefer. I like Fallout 4 because it's more stable for modding. It's 64-bit modding. It's a modding. The Game Brio engine and the engine that they use on it has been pushed to its limit, basically. But now the amount of mods that Fallout 4 can run, which means you can change it. Wasn't there a mod? People were setting up some mods so you can actually basically turn it into Fallout New Vegas. But it's that allows it to be modded to the point. But I agree with Tenacious that they've gone away from the pure roleplay tabletop style thing of Fallout 1 and Fallout 2. Now, you've got to remember something very important here. Interplay sat on that frickin' license for years and didn't do jack shit with it. They didn't do jack shit with it. after doing tactics, Fallout Tactics. They didn't do anything with it, and there was a lot of mismanagement in Interplay. They weren't the golden boys people thought they were. Black Isle, the studio that did, was amazing, but they've really messed up. So when Bethesda gave us the full first-person Fallout in Fallout 3, even though it wasn't perfect, we should be thanking our lucky stars that we actually got another Fallout game. And then when they allowed this Obsidian to do New Vegas, which was a better game overall, yes, New Vegas is far better than Fallout 3, but without Fallout 3 you wouldn't have New Vegas. Yeah. So I agree with you that Fallout, it's like the Elder Scrolls side of things, the way it went with that. Morrowind has the best roleplay. You can actually open books and read entire books. You can go to libraries and read entire books. The entire system. There's 100. You actually have to read and reply to the actual quests. Yeah. So you've got that wonderful side to it. But each game after Morrowind, they've dumbed down more and more. Well, Oblivion was more dumbed down. Skyrim's better. But the main reason Skyrim's better is because of the modding community. Bethesda still seems unable to do a freaking inventory system that doesn't make you want to scream. Bethesda does not seem to be able to do an inventory system that doesn't make you want to scream in any of their games. I cannot literally play any of their games without something like Sky UI or Fallout UI or something. They don't do. Yeah, horrible. Yeah, what Bethesda does is create a framework, and the modders fill it out. So Skyrim is seen as the best because of the modding scene, because you can literally change it into Morrowind. You can literally change it into any game you want. You can turn it into a full-on hardcore survival game. You can do anything else. And the only limitation with Oblivion and with Fallout New Vegas is the code. The base code is janky as fuck. And no matter how many mod fixes you get for it, it's still janky as fuck. But you go to Skyrim and you go to Skyrim Special Edition, the new Legendary Edition, which is the full 64-bit version of Papyrus and everything, and that's the same thing that Fallout 4 uses. It's a game changer because, yes, there's the performance issues, but over the years, yeah, it is very impressive what the modders have done. It is amazing what the modders have done. But when you play something like Fallout 4, you can see just what is possible with a game that they give you the tools to make into your own game. Because there's things that you can do in Fallout 4 that you can't do in an earlier engine. And it's like, it's crazy that we're at this point of time. Now, I am hopeful about the future because Microsoft taking over Bethesda was a good thing. It got rid of the bean counters being in charge and the shareholders being in charge of every decision. Every bad decision that has been made by Bethesda to do with their games, releasing games too early when they weren't ready, Fallout 76 debacle, all those things were not because of Todd Howard, not because of the people building the games, it was because of the shareholders and the accountants in charge of the system, who weren't gamers themselves. That's why I am actually hopeful about a future for Bethesda and Obsidian, because they're both owned now by a company that wants them to make games. That's it. And that is important. Now, the old Bethesda wasn't bad in other ways, because we've got our friend that worked on the Wolfenstein games, and they were looked after quite well and could do their own thing. But the way they tried to monetize the modding scene in Skyrim and that caused a massive amount of people to leave. And that was all the decisions by the accountants and the shareholders, that they wanted to gouge more money out of the people playing. As simple as that. That's why Microsoft is shutting down the Bethesda launcher and putting it all back on Steam. So we've got a better future coming, but yeah, I completely respect that you love Fallout New Vegas. I think Fallout 4 is a better game for modding. Yeah, it will take time. So later the dog is going to have some hash browns, because I've found out they both like hash browns, and I had some hash browns in which I can't eat. So I'm cooking the hash browns in and a couple of croquet. What I'm going to do is take out some of the tuna now, put it on my plate for me. And I'm going to take out all the juice from the tuna and some of the tuna, put it in a bowl to give their meal. Yeah. So the thing is, one of the nice things about Bethesda is that they've always been okay with the adult side of modding. Every single Bethesda game has been modded in an adult way. I mean, I think that, yeah, it did start it back then, James, it did. Whereas most companies won't or will come down on you for having adult. It did start it, but it was more a joke, more a thingy. It did start it because people bought it. People bought the horse armor. I bought the horse armor. I bought the horse armor from their webpage when Oblivion first came out. I did. And people were still buying it after Skyrim came out. It was crazy. But yeah, Bethesda is one of the big companies that allows for adult mods. And as we know, sex sells. And the amount of people who mod sexy armor and stuff like that for Skyrim, or full on adult systems for the game, is amazing. And they're one of the few companies that don't clamp down on that, which is bloody nice. So let's get the tuna out. How are you today, James? So we need to go for Paola, because this is going to be for the doggies. Have all the tuna juice. It's spring water, it's just tuna. It's not like it's got anything bad in it. Doggies get their tuna. Casey gets his tuna. Tuna! There. The dogs. Tuna will be given to them later. Nice simple meal. Potatoes and carrots and tuna. Yeah. Yeah. Now, I have nothing against microtransactions in games. If you want a game to be supported after 1-2 years, it's going to have some kind of continuous transaction, because making a game, a AAA game, is extremely expensive. And it's not just the normal expenses, it's the licenses. what people don't understand mostly is nearly every game out there, you don't make all the tech for it. You don't make the MP3 codecs. You don't make the Bink video player at the start. All these things are licensed from other companies, and you have yearly license for them. So when you release a game, you have to factor in how many games will I sell, how much time can I afford to pay for support and to pay for the licenses. If you want a game to go beyond that point and be supported by that company, you have to allow them to monetize, to do any kind, to create a way of making money. Now, unfortunately, companies like EA take it too far to the extreme and gouge their players. But there's lots of companies like Digital Extreme, I think Digital Extreme, the one behind Warframe and the one behind Ninja Kiwi behind the game Balloons. They both monetize in a way, and the same even with Star Trek Online. They monetize in a way where you can still do all the same things pretty much in game and get the best equipment in game. But the choice is there if you want to buy a ship, or if you want to buy an armor with some platinum, or if you want to buy some monkey coins and do something with that. It's the choice there. You're not penalising your players. So I believe in monetization of games. You've got to monetize games if we want games to be looked after and supported for years and years. Because it costs too damn much. So that is the thing. You've got to remember that. Bye-bye for now, Tenacious. It's always wonderful to see Tenacious. So I take a more realistic view. I don't like companies that gouge their players and give ways of winning the game. I don't like pay to win, but I love the idea of cosmetics. I love the idea of having... I've made my own game in the past. My game is still running upstairs. I made a mod in the 1998, and it's still around. It's an adult mod, but still about 10-12 people around the world play it all the time and call it their home. It runs on a server upstairs. And that's when I learned that I can't ever make a game again, because making a game ruined gaming for me, and that specific genre. For those that don't know, MUDs are the precursors to MMO. Instead of graphics, you have text, and you go north, south, east, west. You fight monsters, you throw fireballs. They have entire intricate systems and live databases and that, and they work brilliantly. And all games like EverQuest and all them did was put a new front end to them. That's all. You will notice that 99% of massively multiplayer online games out there have exactly the same back end, the same databases, the same score system, the same player file saving system, and they just put their physical front end on them. That's what you see, the client. So what happened was I thought, hey, I can make a better game than this. So I did. I learned to code that specific time, and I created an amazing little game. I won't say what name it is because it's an adult game, and people on there, adults, you can find it quite easily, but I won't actually say its name on here. But it's an amazing little thing, but it burnt me out. If you're going to be a game creator, I learned something very important. It can ruin you forever playing that genre of games again. Because from that moment on, when you've built your own game, you don't see games the same. You don't see the game from a player's perspective anymore. When you see the code, when you see things in the game, you think, oh, that should be fixed, and you can't turn that side of you off. Once you know how it works internally, once you've coded it, once you've done it, it burns you out for being a naive player. And I wish I didn't know that, because it was wonderful to do a wonderful 4 or 5 years of mine and my wife's life while we worked on it and that, but it stopped me being a player of that. And I used to love those kind of games, and I can't play them anymore. I've been back to my own game to play as a player for a very long time. My brain just can't accept it. I don't see it as a game. It's code now. Yeah, exactly. And it's like films. If you enjoy the magic of cinema, don't go to work in the film industry, because it will ruin films for you. It will literally ruin films for you. When you see all the stuff that has to be done in the background, when you see how everything is actually done, when it takes away that magic, you will start to see all the little things and the little tells and that, and you won't be as happy and joyful when you watch it, and you'll think, oh, they could have done that better. It's hard to turn that side off. Once you're in that industry and you see how it works from the other side, like I said, like James said, with a magic show, when you see that kind of thing, it takes away from the joy of being an IAP. I wish I hadn't done it. So no, I would not like to ever create a game especially in a genre that I really like, because it would ruin that genre for me as a gamer. And I like being able to watch TV programs and that without thinking of everything. No, can't play any of that kind of genre anymore, because I can see the code. I can see how it's done. I don't see it as a game anymore. It sucks. So yeah, if you ever be thinking of becoming a games developer and you're going to develop in a genre that you like, realize that your gaming experience will change drastically from that point on. Because when you spend 8, 9, 10 hours a day coding and creating and fixing bugs, and then you come home, you won't be able to sit down and play that particular genre of game the same ever again in your life. You'll lose that ability to be an innocent player. Hi, Ben. Hey, Ben's here. Did you get your new computer? Is your new computer there? Did you get your new computer? I know this. The mash is done. Have you rang them up and talked to them about it? Because they're usually very good at shipping. Did you pick the fast shipping? Did you have the option of fast shipping? Because they're usually very good. They usually are very good. I don't know why they haven't posted it yet. Oh, potato croquettes for me. The hash browns are there for the doggies. Okay. Potato croquettes I can eat. Okay. So let's sort out all this. Yeah. They should have sent it out before bank holiday weekend. Yeah. They should have, with it being express. That's very unusual for cash converters. The thing with cash converters is they want the stock space. They have a limited stock space in every store. So when someone buys something, they usually send the stuff out really quickly. So someone dropped the ball there. Yeah, they're usually very good because of that, because they have such limited stock space. They don't want to leave these systems on their shelves, because they can get new systems in. Yeah, it could have been that. Oh, and usually, yeah, they do actually. I mean, they do actually test the computer before they send it out, because I remember I've ordered a computer from one of the parts for a computer before, and they rang me up and let me know that they couldn't find something for the computer before they sent it out. So I know they do checks before they send it out. So it depends how long that system was on their books. It might have just come in that week or something and been put up on the side. So there is that chance. Because far to go. Hello, you wonderful special. How are you feeling today? How is my wonderful friend? Me? I'm having a good morning. I fell asleep last night watching Munchies, so not perfect, but yeah. So I have oatmeal and a little bit of mayonnaise, make it. Some of the artists at Munchies last night at the thing, it was amazing. They were absolutely amazing. I tell you, the talent of those artists, freaking amazing. But then again, the talent of most of the people at Munchies amazes me. They are potatoes mashed. So you might not see me much in the next 3-4 hours. You might not see me much because I'm going to be modding and testing Fallout 4. So I might pop into the chill chat now and then to bitch about Fallout 4 and me modding it and that and trying to get it to work perfectly for me. I am, of course, because I'm testing it and that, I'm okay for actually doing it. I actually record myself anyway when I'm not streaming stuff when it comes to. But yeah, I'm testing lots of stuff on Fallout 4. Bit there. So today we're having tuna, potato croquettes, mashed potatoes. Yeah, Tenacious is here. You are all awesome and special and wonderful people. So I will show you my food because my food is just about ready to eat. Yay. So I'll be popping. So I won't be streaming till later on today, and of course then we've got Munchies International. Foodie is ready. Oh, right. La 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 la. We got foodiekins. So yeah, I'll be popping in and out and talking to people on Discord, but I'll be very busy messing with Fallout 4 before I play it at some point in time. So I hope you. But yeah, I did get Fallout 4 working on this laptop here. Woohoo! Splendiferous, my good friends. You are all awesome. So I am going to eat. The dogs have already had their food. Beryl ate most of hers. Bertie finished it off. And they had pilchards on top at the top of their normal food. So, yeah. Yep. That is part of the experience. Or the actual gameplay, which is the Skyrim experience, so-called Skyrim experience, where you add mods to it until it crashes and then start again. You go stable, 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 stable. Oh, I'll just add one more mod. Unstable, unstable. Oh, I'll start again. Back at the start. And this is why we love Steam. We love Steam because it just reinstalls without any issues. Reinstalls, and let's go, let's start again. So yeah, it's it's like a weird game of reverse Jenga. You know, the game where you pull out the pieces of wood and try to keep the tower okay. Well, this is like a reverse for Skyrim modding and Fallout New Vegas modding or any kind of modding like that. It's very much the same. It's like a reverse Jenga. You're pushing one more modding, one more modding, one more modding. Oh, it's okay. It's still stable. Come on, we've got to add another one though, just in case, because we want something extra. And then it's like, the entire thing goes to hell. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually most of the joy of the game. It's why I used to love it so much, the problem solving of the modding. Okay, so I'm going to go and eat now. Feel free to poke me on Discord, because I will have my head in Discord in Fallout a lot of the day. I'll do my stream probably about my stream will probably be in about 3-4 hours. Like that, 3 hours, 2 hours, I don't know. So I will say bye-bye for now, you wonderful, splendiferous people. You are absolutely awesome. Bye-bye.